back to the Grand Fam podcast. It's been a minute. We had a couple Christmas breaks because of the snow, and we got a special guest. As you can see, we've been trying to get this one together for a while. So let me welcome to the show, Coach Tony Palmer, the one and only. Coach, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me, man.
So we're just going to kind of start with the early days. For those that don't know you, you're originally from here, right?
Correct.
G-man through and through, played here.
Yep.
And one thing I want to start off with is the Graham Beaver game. When you were a player, what was it like back then?
It was really exciting. Nowadays, it seems like kids are friends on both sides.
Yeah.
When we were in school, we didn't have much to do with the guys from Bluefield, and they didn't have much to do with us at that point. So it was bitter, but, you know, the years have passed, and we became really good friends, some of the guys that I competed against in high school.
Yeah, and we're so lucky to start off the season with that game. I mean, it's great. I know you love it. So back when you were playing, you were under Carlock.
Yes.
Got you a little state championship.
Yep.
Hey, now talk to us about that season. Any key memories stick out? Other than that, I mean, that's a pretty.
You know, it's everything sticks out to me. You know, when you get older, you start to reflect back on things. You know, in your youth, and you know it was a special time for us. It was a special time for the town of Bluefield, Virginia, Graham High School. Everybody involved, and everybody was a G-Man fan. So you know, it's just the memories that we have with Coach Carlock, the guys that we played with, the things that we went throughout that season. It's pretty special.
So after your playing days, you went to go play some college ball. I don't know if many people know that. Where'd you go play?
I went to North Greenville at the time. It was a junior college in Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay. You play running back or DB?
I played a rover. I played like a strong safety.
Okay. Gotcha. You have fun with doing that?
Yeah, I played there for a year, and then I came back home and joined the police department. It wasn't long after that. So
okay, so you led me right into the next little
okay.
little subject. So how long have you been a policeman for?
23 years.
Thank you for your service, man.
Appreciate it.
That's a thankless job.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stress in that. So how'd you get into that? Were you always interested in it, or?
Yeah, I was kind of interested in it. You know, it's just something that I was kind of, you know, part of a team. You know, it's that same type of mentality when it comes to sports. Somewhat, you know, it's different, but you know, you still part of a team, still just working together to try to, you know, make things right.
Yeah. So I've always wondered this, and I've never asked you this. What's your during the football season? What's your daily schedule like? When you got to be policeman by day and football coach by the evening and the night?
Well, that's basically what it is. At the start of the season, what I'll do is I'll take my vacation time. To start two-a-day. So we'll have two-a-day practice from 9 to 3:30 or whatever. But I'll, you know, then once the season starts, I'll come off. Well, after my 2 weeks, I'll come off and start being on a work schedule from 7 to 3, and then we'll practice at 3:30 until 6. Then I'll go home, come back and do it again.
Okay, that's a long day.
Yeah, it's pretty long day.
I know you enjoy it. So whenever you were in high school and college, I mean, what kind of piqued your interest in being a coach?
Well, actually, I was working night shift up at Bluefield. I've been working there probably about 7 years at the time. And I saw several guys that were good players once in Bluefield hanging out on the corner. It was late. They should have been home or somewhere else. But they were all hanging out. There was a lot of guys that I noticed that were good football players once that played at Bluefield. And then so I just, you know, started thinking about the opportunities that they could have had. And that's what led me to coaching. I came down here and I told Coach Doug Mars at the time that I would like to join the coaching staff if he'd have me. So from that point, I went to the middle school for 2 years, coached over at the middle school, coached basketball over there as well. And then they brought me over to the high school.
Okay. So how long have you been over here? Do you remember what year that was?
08, I want to say 08.
Okay, so that's when you started being an assistant?
Yes.
Okay. And you were also assistant for basketball.
Yes.
And I want to talk a little bit about basketball because you were my coach for basketball. And I kind of got a few names written here. I mean, you were part of that Mac McClung year that we beat them up at Wise.
Yes.
How special was that?
That was very special. I mean, I thought that team was very special. In my opinion, that was the best team. You might not want to hear this, Trey, but
That's all
I
right.
think that was the best team
Yeah.
that I've coached, or that
Yeah.
I've seen, at Graham High School
I'll never
to
admit
this
that to
point.
those young guys. We would have, we were physical. Well, not
Yeah.
me really much,
Well,
but
that group was pretty physical too,
yeah.
and the thing is, as good as that team did, we still had two guys that should have been on that team. Devin Lester had a broken hand at the time, and
Yeah.
then Cam Allen.
Yeah.
So those are two other athletes that could have been on that
Right.
team to
Yeah.
add to how good they could have been.
Yeah. Really. And we'll get to Cam here in a little bit. But Darren Martin was part of that team.
Yes.
I remember him. We were playing pickup one year over at the Wade Center. I think I had just maybe graduated high school, and he was in 8th grade. And I remember watching him, and he was playing, and I didn't think anything special. And a few years later, I saw in the paper he scored like 32 in a game. I was like, that same kid, no shot. Like he put in a lot of work.
A
He
lot of
was
work.
great.
Every time you saw him, he had a basketball.
Oh, even today.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I mean, he is someone who worked to become very good.
Oh yeah, I appreciate his work ethic. He's great. Also another name that sticks in my mind back before that, Jason Palmer.
Jason.
I remember they were close. I think we went up to maybe it was George Wythe, and they played somebody.
It was a George Wythe. Yes.
Yeah, and I think they lost that game, but if they won, they would have gone to state or something. I can't remember exactly, but that was
That was a very good team too.
yeah. I remember Cole Sarver.
Yes. Cole's a dog.
He never got tired.
Him and Sam Denton.
Sam Denton.
We had 2 point guards that would get after the defense.
Yeah.
So they were really tough.
Yeah, it was a great.
The best.
Fun.
Some of my best memories with those groups, those basketball groups, were at practice. We got after each other, man.
Yeah.
And it showed. It showed with the success that we had.
Yeah, definitely. So when it comes to football, you've been pretty successful. I got you down here at 99-18, 85% win rate. There's something about you that just the kids bring out their best for you. It's something about toughness. How in the world do you instill that toughness?
Well, it's a team effort. I'm fortunate to have a very good coaching staff. Guys do their job, but it's, to me, the culture is what needed to be changed when we first came here.
Yeah.
And we were just telling the guys we're no longer going to hope to win ball games. We're going to expect to win ball games, and they bought in. So, like right now, we're working our tails off over here to try to get ready for the season, and it's been that way since I've been here.
Yeah. So going to some of these state championship seasons, 2018, I remember I think I was working maybe in Beckley, and I came back and watched that game. What a team. Cam Allen.
Yeah.
Arguably the greatest quarterback in Graham High School history, potential NFL player. I got Aaron Edwards, Nick Castro, the linebacker duo. What other players were on that team that you remember?
That's Devin Lester was special. He made All-State on both sides of the ball that year. Cam made it on both sides of the ball. Both of those two guys, that was our 1-2 punch offensively that year. But Aaron Edwards and Nick Castro were just hammers.
Oh yeah,
that linebacker. So, and then you had several guys that were there that were special. I mean, Christian Alt, he was an unselfish football player. He was a great blocker. He made plays on defense. I mean, everybody bought in, and everybody did their job.
Yeah. And then last year, and we'll get to 2020. Well, let's go in order. 2021, lost to King William. I think the question everybody will have in their mind forever if Zach Blevins was healthy. But that whole playoff run, 4 weeks on a broken leg, basically.
Yes, he's the toughest kid that I've coached, I think, since I've been here. Just a straight out warrior. He played, gave it everything he could. He just didn't have anything left, and also Gage Sawyer didn't play in that game. Gage was an All-Stater the next year.
Yeah.
So those were our two outside linebackers, and we're playing against probably the best running back in the state at the time, who this past year just ran a kickoff back against Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid was special, but
he was.
I just think that if we're healthy, that could have been a different game.
And on that team were two future Virginia Tech players.
Yes.
How special is it to see that D1 just talent and practice every day, and get to have the privilege to help them grow since they were freshmen?
Yeah, Brody started for us as a freshman. He was a giant when he came over here. Brody was a hard worker. he had flexibility issues when he got here, and it's gotten better every year. And he's even became more flexible at college. That he had to work at that, but that he's just someone who worked hard every day he came in, and good leader. Zay was just gifted athletically, probably first, second, maybe somewhere in there, the fastest kids that I've coached between him and Taman Cook, and Devin Lester could roll too, and Ty Drez was pretty fast, and Taman Cook he's somebody that's in the draft this year. He's trying to get into the draft, so going to the NFL. So we've been fortunate to have some really good football players.
And it's been fun to watch them just from a fan's perspective. It's been a blast. And then 2022, last year, well, I guess not this most recent year, but a year before, 15-0, first time ever. What clicked with the team?
We went through a lot that year. Braden Meadows, he had a broken bone in his hand. He missed several games. I think he only played in like 5 games during the regular season.
Yeah.
And then he came back. And then you had guys like Shockley. He stepped in, never played quarterback in the varsity game. And everybody picked it up, and he did an outstanding job for us. He helped get us to where we needed to be in order to make a run in the playoffs and eventually win it.
Yeah, and I remember, and one of my favorite players to watch, probably the meanest kid on the field, but I mean, a sweet kid outside, Connor Roberts.
Oh, Connor Roberts, yeah. Connor
he flips that switch, man.
Connor was a dog. He was a dog. I think that he was really a special edge player. So he may have been the best edge guy that we've had since, as far as the 5 technique goes that we've had. I mean, he's long, he's quick, surprisingly quick, deceptively fast. I mean, he's quick off the ball. So he had good hands, but he was special too. Connor was really special.
Yeah, and I mean, like you had mentioned, Gage was great. Waddy was
Waddy,
great.
Yeah, Waddy was a gamer. He was smart football player. Made plays for us all the time. So.
Yeah, and a few more. I mean, not D1, but I mean, still college players. I mean, Emory D2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you got those two. Gage was a walk-on, and he's been getting some, I guess, scout player of the week.
Yeah, him. You got Ben Morgan, who's kicking at Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Let's see, you had Taman this past year. Cam, of course, and then you got Brody, Zay, and you said Gage Sawyer. So we had 6 guys that were playing.
Pretty special.
On Division I football teams.
It's so much fun to watch. What's the biggest difference in getting over that hump and getting that state championship? Is it a mental thing to just stay tough the entire year? What is it? Buy-in? What do you think it is?
I think a lot of it has to do with luck. You have to stay healthy first off, and that happened to us in 21. I just think we weren't lucky. We had guys hurt, and we just ran out of steam. I mean, they was a good football team. Yeah. I think they kind of whipped us up front that day as well. But a lot of luck has to do with it. The guys have to believe in what we're trying to accomplish and just work for it.
Yeah. And this past year, and I think, I mean, injuries kind of hurt you guys early. I mean, Ty Drez got hurt there early in the year. And what he accomplished, and he basically played 2.5 years and broke the record.
Yeah.
He's special, man.
Ty Drez, he's really good, man. He's special with the football in his hands. I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So you're talking about belief. And I don't remember who I was talking to, but a few years ago we were just talking about the team, and one of the biggest differences, I don't care who you put in the other locker room, you guys are going to believe you're going to win. I mean, I swear, if you put the Browns out there, the Commanders taking a shot at my team, like, your guys are going to believe they're going to win.
Yep. It comes through preparation and hard work. That's what we do. We practice hard, so it carries over into the ball games. So we expect a lot. Our position coaches expect a lot out of their positions. They coach them hard, and then so sometimes the games can become easy for us.
Yeah. And kind of tying it back to that Grand Beaver game, what's the biggest difference between playing in that game and coaching in that game?
Well, when you're playing in it, you can make plays.
Yeah.
And when you're coaching it, you got to put people in position to make plays. So, I mean, it's a different type of feel. But, it's a special game. So you get butterflies, coaching it just like you do playing sometimes.
Yeah, even when I watch it, I do.
Yeah. So, I mean, the community is there. You got people that you've went to school with,
Yeah.
you know, older guys that played before you. They come in and they're watching the game, so it's good pressure. It's pressure
Yeah.
that I enjoy.
Yeah. So 99 wins, 18 losses. And 6 of those 18 losses came in that first year.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the records right here. I mean, 11-2, 12-2, 14-1, 11-3, 5-1, 13-1, 15-0, 12-2. I mean, yeah, you've improved. You got this team right where they want to be. And I'll go ahead and throw this out there: 100 wins, Grand Beaver game. That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
I don't know if it's 99. It may be 98. I'm
Okay,
not sure.
okay.
I don't know what it is, but I've heard both. I haven't really thought about it.
Yeah.
Just if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, I hear you. So we're going to end you with this one. Tough question. Graham High School football, Mount Rushmore. Who you got?
Well, I'm putting Coach Carlock on there.
Yeah.
And then the rest, I don't think you can rate G-Men.
Yeah.
Because we're one.
All right, there we go. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Thank you to Coach Palmer. I know you guys have been wanting to see this. I know I've been super excited to get this interview done. So the boys are in the weight room right now. We just I think they're about to wrap up, and I got to still him for a little bit. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.
Go G-Men.